Hello everyone, welcome to Bragging About Cinema. Huge weekend this weekend. We've got Kenobi, Stranger Things, Top Gun, all coming out on the same weekend. And of course, I am a Star Wars fan at heart, so the first thing we start with is Kenobi. Now, I've always wondered, what happened in that time frame between Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars: A New Hope. We've had some of the animated shows have give us glimpses, and I loved Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan Kenobi. So this is really a huge fan's dream to have this show come out. So the content today is going to be so exciting, and you're going to be engaged. I want to make sure you just go down, hit that subscribe button right now. Give me the thumbs up before we even start, because you're as excited as I am. And then we can get going. So I don't want you to forget that part. So I'm going to warn you right now, I think it's best that we'll do a bit of a spoiler review / what I think, what I don't like, what I love. Because let's be honest, you're not watching this because you're not sure if you're going to watch it. You're watching this because you've already seen it and you want to see what a fellow Star Wars fan thinks. Because us Star Wars fans like nothing more than to talk, debate, get angry with each other about all the content that comes out. And nothing is more divisive than anything Disney Plus comes out with. What is this about? Well, the first two episodes, I was thinking this whole show would be focused on Obi-Wan watching over Luke, and they threw us a curveball already. It was mostly about Leia and him doing this hero's journey of trying to save her. Now, Obi-Wan has become kind of the curmudgeon, scorned Jedi, much like Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, sort of like Yoda in Empire Strikes Back. Now, it must be a thing where when Jedi get older, as they age, they just get really crotchety and they shut themselves off from the Force. Now, that's my other thing, I think, was the reason why Qui-Gon has not come in yet is because Obi-Wan has shut himself off from the Force, sort of like Luke Skywalker did in Last Jedi, until he turned it back on and poof, we get Yoda. I was hooked on this show when it said previously on, and I looked at my wife and I said, what? Wait, how could you have that on the first episode? And then they have this whole montage of the prequel trilogy, and they made it look so cool. I wanted to start watching those movies all over again. And that got me jazzed up. So I was excited before we even started. I mean, I was already like way excited, but I got even more excited. So another thing I loved is seeing Obi-Wan really struggle with what happened between him and Anakin and his promise he made to Qui-Gon. I think it actually made the prequels even better because one thing they did right was really build that bond between Obi-Wan and Anakin. There's a lot of things they did wrong, but I thought they did that right. And having to go back, kind of relive that a little bit, and then see him just completely struggling, it makes sense as to why he shut himself off from the Force. The one thing, the sequel trilogy didn't give us a good idea of why Luke shut himself off until kind of the very end. This one, right up front, Obi-Wan is struggling. But there's also the case that Jedi just can't help themselves being a good guy. So he was kind of following the playbook. Now, I also liked that they sort of showed his relationship with Uncle Owen because in A New Hope, he doesn't want Luke going to talk to him. And it turns out he blames Obi-Wan for what happened with Anakin.
Like you trained his father?
Another thing I really liked was Rupert Friend as the Grand Inquisitor. When I saw the trailer, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I've always been a fan of his acting. He was in Homeland, which is a show I really liked. And he did a good job of not being the overbearing villain, more of the super smart villain that doesn't have to just, hey, look at me, uses his brain, even keeled. And I thought he nailed it. I loved that. So what I was unsure about, so sister number 3, unclear of why she, out of all the other ones, is so just hell-bent on getting Obi-Wan. Now, my guess is that she has some connection to Obi-Wan in the past, and she also holds grudges. It's clear that she was once a Jedi like some of the other Inquisitors. or she's trying to impress the big guy, and the big guy, I mean Darth Vader. Now, I've always thought, and correct me if I'm wrong, and Star Wars fans, I know you will, that they didn't know that Anakin was Darth Vader. I thought that was kind of a secret. So her tipping that off to Obi-Wan was interesting. But the reaction, now I'm just looking at my calendar. When is episode 3 going to come out? Now, the ending to that, showing Anakin in the tank and his, you couldn't even tell that was Hayden Christensen, the way they had him all tore up. So, I mean, I want episode 3 to come out soon. So another thing I found okay was the special effects weren't up to a movie level quality. I thought they were okay. It kind of reminded me, even like The Mandalorian, and it's there is a difference between a movie and a TV show. And I was hoping they would like pour all their money into Kenobi, and it would be movie quality every episode. I wouldn't say it's quite there. It's better than things like on the Sci-Fi Channel, but it's still it's not like as good as I want Star Wars to be. But that's all right. Now, another thing that didn't bug me, it felt a little out of place, was whenever they went to see Leia, there was this peppy, happy music that came on. It just didn't feel like Star Wars. It felt like a kind of a fantasy film. I don't know why I kept thinking of like Narnia or something like that. Kind of a bizarre comparison, but that was interesting. They are clearly trying to push Leia as the tough girl that she becomes in the future movies, the general, and you see she starts her attitude right off the bat. Her leadership skills starts at a very young age. The comparison of her mother, I didn't even think of that the whole time until Obi-Wan said that. I was thinking, oh, it's going to be, they're building her up to be the Leia that we know. What's next? This is a good question. I was thinking at first that this whole show was going to be about him trying to get Leia. Thankfully, they wrapped that storyline up a little bit. Now, they haven't made it all the way back to Alderaan, so they certainly could get intercepted somewhere. But is Obi-Wan going to have to go confront Anakin? How is that going to take place? Because you know it's going to happen. Also, if you watch the previews before the very first episode, they do show Darth Maul. I'm a huge Darth Maul fan. I don't like that they just gave us a tiny teaser in Solo. I would love to see them face off again, although if you watch Rebels, you know that they did face off for a final time on that show. So maybe they won't go down that road. But I thought it was interesting nonetheless that they showed him in the previews. I'm lukewarm on Sister 3, but if she has a compelling reason why she is the way she is, then that can totally be watched, and I'll be excited about her character as well. I just think there's a lot to tell us before I can fully buy into why she is just killing everybody. That death at the end of episode 2 was a bummer, because that's a character I was looking forward to seeing more of, but it surprised me, and that's what I like about any cinema or television shows. I want to be surprised. I don't want to be able to predict everything that happens. So that was fine. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this one a B+, only because we're still getting to know it. I think B+ is a good starting point. I like shows that start out, lukewarm, or not lukewarm, B+ is fun. I enjoyed it. B+, but I want it to go up to an A+ by the time this is over. So I will try to get a video every week because I love Star Wars. Now, the best part of Star Wars is I just told you what I thought. Now I want to hear what you think down below. Let's have a good talk about it. And if you haven't watched my videos before, there is something very important that everybody learns, is when you watch my videos, you will find something to brag about.